a lot of plagiarism in the VTubing community actually this year, and generally this has been a trend that's been going on for quite a long time, but now this year it's really popped off. And I see that Taledo has cooked up a video. This man has been cooking up a pretty big video about it, and I'm very excited to see how it is. Now I do see that I do see quite a lot of individuals here that I could talk everybody on. I'm a little bit uncertain why Gura is here, but I guess it's because a lot of people have taken a lot of inspiration from Gura's design, but I might be unfamiliar. And I do wonder if he's going to talk about Shylily and the vase situation, or if he's just going to use Shylily as an example for this little situation that we also covered. I think we covered every single scenario here beside this one. And I know exactly this guy. Now that's plagiarism to the max. Now I'm excited.
Copying. We've all probably done it at some point in our
Everybody
lives.
copies.
Looking over someone else's answers on a test.
Oh, you're cheating.
Repeating what your friend says to piss them off. Or mimicking the popular memes and trends you see online. In most cases, copying is nothing too problematic. Unless at school, I'd advise you to actually get your education. But these are more personal or fun situations. When it comes to profiting from copying in business and media,
He copied my whole flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
it has far more problems. There's a well-known dilemma in the content space of YouTubers copying other YouTubers, stealing other people's ideas and styles, taking others' content for their own benefit, or mimicking an entire creator's personality.
Now, I will agree, personality thing is kind of hard. You can take influence of someone and you gotta lay it down there, but let's be freaking real for a moment. Let's not be on our high horse. Everybody is copying something. Nobody is purely original in this space in itself. They're all doing their own influential twist from something they've been inspired for. Now, there's a difference between copying 101 like that he's trying to explain here, but just keep in mind that every content creator takes influence somewhere. Everybody in any medium takes influence somewhere and do their own spin and transformation on it. You are lost, and if you are new to a space like, for example, let's say streaming or YouTubing, you need to go and see what the biggest one are doing and take influence and learn what are they doing that is right, and what do you think that you should put into your own perspective. And even if it's a joke, if it's like a content idea, everybody gotta do it, man. That's the game. That's how you do things. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if it's a YouTube idea, YouTube title, just do it. But there's a problem whenever you're trying to be exactly the same individual and you're copying every single string they're doing.
Acts are seen as shameful, rightfully, and usually get called out
Tyson
in mass.
Fox, yeah.
Bro, get that shit out of here.
Speaking about that, you know what is funny? I found a girl that looks exactly like me, and then they posted a video where they have this airpin on them. Like they posted like an airpin like this, and their model doesn't have it. And they're like, you look a lot like me. And I thought to myself, this is very interesting. But then I looked at their page and it seemed like they've had the model like while I was during the time they revealed their model, during a time I already designed my model and didn't show it. So it can be also coincidental. It could be completely just random and it can happen. But like the pin thing was like seems like something they added themselves. They didn't have the pin. They added the pin and some other things and changed their color from red to pink. So I think that there was a little bit of adjustments to be maybe a little bit more like me, but majority they very much look like me and by themselves. So it can happen. People can have the same idea, same title, at least on YouTube, because I'm gonna be real with you right now. This shit right here is so basic YouTube 001, because this is how it works, and this is how people like are learning to understand how to do any like titles. So people with that kind of title mindset to do clickbait or to do engagement will kind of get into the same direction. So I feel like copying on YouTube, it can be so common. Now, it can be blatant obvious as well, but I'm just saying it's a high probability of people doing the same thing.
But there's a community where copying creates a far more controversial dilemma. VTubers, virtual entertainers who use animated avatars for content instead of their go-to faces, is a vast industry built around artistic creativity. But as an artistic industry, people have many principles around what art entails. People value not just good content, they value individuality and originality. And with thousands upon thousands of VTubers
There's a lot of
perceive
VTubers.
each other, and a lot of people wanting to do what works to get popular,
True.
things, whether intentionally or unintentionally, begin to overlap. There's a lot of drama surrounding copying, plagiarism, and stealing. VTubers harassed for having similar assets to others. A VTuber whose incessant imitations of one popular VTuber led to
Let's also remember that this VTuber here also started sounding like Shylily. It's not only the design, it's like the actions and the way they sound. This was wild.
led to industry-wide chaos, or a
wild.
VTuber profiting thousands off of a right they never owned. It is a wild dilemma, and I feel like yapping again. But before we get into that, I need to make something heavily clear. Do not harass, attack, or dig into anyone mentioned in this video. They'll be on some weird shit. So,
Let's talk about it.
hey yo, it's Taledo, that fallen angel kicked out of heaven. Get some snacks, get some water, get your friends' homework answers, and let's get on to video.
I know you like my style. Nasty, gritty, looking pretty while I crack a smile.
Let's fall back a couple of years. Enter the late 2010s. With the
Ooh.
rise of Kazuna Ai, the Four Heavenly Kings, and agencies like Hololive and Nijisanji
I love seeing
dominating the
this.
market over everybody, VTubing became an established Japanese industry. However, in 2020, companies would venture to the West to capture that untapped English-speaking
Leave my
market,
tail
Hololive
alone.
being the first to jump at that opportunity. And right from these VTubers' debut, plus lockdown forcing everyone online,
Stop touching niggas with your hand.
the VTubing golden age began, bringing millions and millions of more fans to the medium. But it didn't just leave an impact on the viewers, no. The growth of VTubers worldwide led tens of thousands to see these VTubers say, I want to do that too, and jump into the growing industry as virtual performers, either by auditioning and joining a VTuber agency, or taking the path as an independent creator. So enter Person A, who wants to become a popular VTuber. Person A knows fuck all what it means to be a successful VTuber. Compared to typical content creation, this shit's all hella new and many people don't know what works. But these VTubers over here are blowing up and holding these audiences well with their personality, character design, voice, and style of content. Light bulb.
I think I'm about to steal.
A lot of aspiring VTubers would use popular VTubers as inspiration. Others would imitate.
I don't like the way you're trying to say it like that, because there's an valuable, everybody takes inspiration. You think your content is also inspired by someone else's content. The way you're portraying, the way you're explaining, these kind of videos have been used a lot. So it's like, I think that when someone says they are inspired and we're trying to muddy the water like it's going to be always copying, we're making anybody mention the word inspiration to become like now pure copy. So I can never now say that I was inspired by this VTuber, I was inspired by this craft, because now people are gonna then, if we're gonna turn always inspiration as a joke to be copying, we're gonna now everybody's gonna think that this is pure copying, and it's not like taking like influence and feeling like some kind of seeing that there's some good in it and want to do your own twist around it.
The attributes that were best received in the market. And some would just copy what's trending. Gargur is known for her archetype, voice, and demeanor. Countless VTubers with the same concept. Nyanna's grew in popularity and she had a pink cat avatar? Wow, what a coincidence. I wanted
Nobody
to be a
can
cute cat girl
be the
too.
cat.
And they all are fucking pink! A new song is popular and
That's
people
because
are
pink is
covering
the
it.
best color.
You know that one
Ooh.
anime meme that makes fun of how repetitive or unoriginal isekai anime are? The same bland everyman protagonist.
Bro, this is how I feel when I see male VTubers, man. I'm gonna be real with you, and same with female ones. I feel like I'm seeing the same thing. I will be honest with you, and you can shit on my design. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, like, bro, I see this. I feel like I see the same thing all the time. There's some people I look at, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. But bro, like, some people gotta sit down with a drawing table and think a little bit more out of the box. And you don't need to be like something weird or something like that, but man, how many guys have I seen with just the black hair, edgy demon lord, or a black something and short hair, or like, you know what I mean? This is a bro. They're all like they're from some kind of It's like they're all the MC of a shonen, like a shonen anime. Like, it's insane.
Same fantasy setting, the same conventionally attractive supporting female cast. It's not that isekai anime are that unoriginal. Sorry, I just lied to your face. It's more that despite the isekai trope having so much potential, the market has trends. Market demand shows that consumers love those attributes previously mentioned.
True.
And these writers, whether authentic or not, are just filling that in.
Yeah, why can we not have more chibis? I want more dumb fucking looking VTubers that are just funny. That just pops up. I think the reason is because people are just, it's hard to be funny. Like, it's hard to put your, and even if you're funny, I think it's really hard to put it out there as a content creator live. Like, this is the thing I even struggle with. I have a phase, and people say it's whenever I don't think. I have a phase where I'm energetic and I'm yapping and I'm making joke constantly. And those are my favorite stream because it's chaotic, it's random, and it's stupid, and it's fun. And I don't know how to completely activate it. I don't know how to activate it. But some people have been streaming for a while and they learn how to activate it. Kenji knows how to activate it. He's always like that live. I bet he's pretty chill, respectful, and nice and fun offline, but it's not like as wild as his live. The same with Chibi, and there's the same with many other, with Vey, with Nyanners. They're a little bit of it like real life, but they're not constantly like that. And there's like a way of activating it, and it's hard to be a weird VTuber and have a weird model if you don't know how to be that 24/7, you know? Like, imagine you saw Chibi's model, the derpy one, and she's talking about drama, like in a serious tone. It doesn't work.
Maybe a singular twist to be successful. So this applies to any type of media and entertainment.
They're themselves. This is themselves. It is themselves. Being funny is themselves. I'm not saying, and I am faking it. They are faking it. But this is an exaggeration of themselves. It's whenever they put themselves loose, have a feeling of themselves, and they're just yapping. They're just yapping. It's their own humor. It's themselves. They're just feeling like they're comfortable and just can just yap, and there's no thoughts around it. And it's just a good time. Just that activation is really hard. I hope one day I need to learn how to do that. I just need to, I don't know what it is. It's probably whenever you get used to it more after you've done it for a bit and think about it more. Maybe that's when it hits, but I don't know.
Including VTubers, idol VTubers, gremlin VTubers.
There's a difference between faking and exaggeration. Yes, it is. Hi, Bill. I hope you're doing good.
VTubers.
I'm doing
and then
great.
later
Hope you're
male
doing good.
VTubers. The demand for these VTubers was high and shit was trending. It's natural for businesses to supply and market themselves around what works for the target demographic. But despite a medium where you can be literally anything, everyone was hella similar. Sometimes a bit too similar. Enter accusations of copying, plagiarism, and straight up stealing. Earlier, I mentioned the many instances of content creators copying and them getting called out. However, I purposely omitted the copying accusations with far less of a basis. Are you an energetic black VTuber that loves playing video games? You're a Corey X Kenshin clone. You play Minecraft but with unique challenges. You're a Dream clone. You edit your videos with reaction memes, sound effects, and media B-roll when talking about random shit. You're a Degenerosity clone. Wait a minute. Well, there are definitely people who copy these YouTubers even down to the script. Sometimes it's either a mere coincidence, a spin from inspiration, or just being a similar identity group. And in bad cases, people can get harassed or receive threats for it. So hear me out. I've seen my fair share of VTuber ripoffs, copying dramas, and people just stealing shit. Whether that's tracing, AI generation, or another VTuber's flow. I remember people just stealing shit. Whether that's tracing, AI generation,
That's funny.
or another VTuber's flow.
I don't see it. You don't?
I remember a VTubing app that got called out for having designs that were inspired from other agencies.
Oh, inspiration.
VTubers. I remember when one of my mutuals, Kashin
Bro, I remember this.
Shinobi, got his shit completely ripped by an Etsy artist. Like, who is this?
Who are these niggas?
VTuber copying and plagiarism drama goes literally everywhere, and we'll get into the really crazy cases of VTuber plagiarism in a bit. But first, Idol Corp's Yuko Yurei.
I wonder why nobody's talking about the why people are forgetting the Shylily Vase situation. Are they too new to VTubing space to remember it? Is that why? Or are they like, do they not want to talk about it because they feel like they will create drama? They will be a bad rep with Shylily. Like, because if you're going to talk about bad situation, you should have put that in.
Or she, you know, died, made a viral short where she banned the topic Gargura because people were attacking her design, voice, and mannerisms.
So
based
fill
on
me
Gura's
in. Essentially, like short term, it's a big thing. This was the biggest VTuber drama ever. Shylily and they got really pissed because Shylily took every type of content, acted like her, sounded like her, started making a noise like her, did everything similar to everything. And she noticed it, and they were having this constant battle. They were constantly arguing. They were constantly having this bad blood between each other. This shit went on for ages. Now they're homies. They are good. They put it down. They're great. Everything is fine. They've done a collab. They're great. Like Shylily is great. She's good. But this is when Shylily started. This is when she began. And the reason why it's good to talk about this is because even the Titans, this is cute and nice and sweet as Shylily. She seems like an amazing individual, but she came in here. She joined the VTubing, like she followed up with VTubing, and even she started by completely copying someone else. And that is wrong, but she took later on that copying and transformed it to something for herself. And what I'm trying to say is that there is never anything wrong about having influence of someone that is are successful, or someone else, as someone you admire. There's never anything wrong with having an influence. But when you straight up copying their design or copying everything they do, that's when it gets a little bit weird, because like whenever someone sees their hard work being copied or their personality being copied, it will seem very uncomfortable, or it would be I don't know, you'll probably get pissed. Like, it's weird.
Existence.
She is a big inspiration of mine. However, I am my own individual. I am Yuko Yurei, Idol Corp's Girls Boogie Blaster.
Also, she was definitely different from Gura in another way. We don't talk about
I thought I was here listening to Gura nearly. I thought I was not looking at the screen. I thought it was Gura that was talking right now. Oh my god.
Girlfriend Experience members content. During her first months, indie VTuber Ray Bubbles got tons of shit due to being called a ripoff of Gargura. And niggas got
so
of shit due to being called a ripoff of
no. Like, this is when you start reaching it, man. This is a reach. This is I remember this thing. This is a damn reach. Man, this is not even the same at all.
Gargura.
It's not even the same blue.
My eyes like Mr. Krabs. She said Gura was an inspiration. Her hoodie is similar. All I see is the color blue. I forgot when on her debut day, Gargura officially copyrighted hoodies. And even so, I don't see any point harassing anyone over it. Do y'all not see the big difference? Shawty out here with their chest out, and I look at Gargura like,
in the VTubing space.
That's on Earth, right? That's completely flat. That's 100% flat.
Abelia during her debut month got a ton of shit for being a supposed Shylily clone due to, hey y'all, come look at this. Her bangs.
Wow.
Y'all niggas care way too
Shylily
much.
own
Both
bangs.
a year later get 2.0s and new designs. And the factor for Abelia getting a new design was because she was tired of being constantly compared to Shylily. And let me-
I can understand that. That's annoying. Like, that is really annoying. Like, think about this. Like, it's very tiresome. Like, if you do any designs yourself and you've been constantly compared to someone, it is annoying as infuriating. Like, at least whenever I get a comment like that, they're just saying that I'm Filian's brother, like big brother or something like that. That's usually what I get. But like, if I had a female model, everyone would be in my comment being like, man, your model looks like Filian. Damn, even though Filian has no pink, your model looks like you copy Filian.
List some other copying accusations I've seen. The constant Gatgo VTubers compared to
It's
Nyanners.
cringe
Rini
and
was
annoying.
compared to one of Nyanner's new models.
Jesus
Mariyumi was
Christ.
compared to not just
Wait. Am I wrong for seeing it? I see what they mean, but like at the same time, this is a reach. This is still a reach. I see exactly what you mean. And again, there's nothing wrong with having influence. It's not a blatant copy. It's not Nyanners. This is someone else. This looks like someone else. But you see something cool, take that shit, man.
models. Mariyumi was compared to
Transform
not
it
just
yourself.
Nyanners, but the white cat girl from Nekopara.
Hey, who man's is this?
Niji Sanji's Watarai Hibari got compared to False ID and got some pretty rude comments because of it. We kind of got people on TikTok comparing him to Genshin characters.
Oh,
when he
come
came
on.
before Genshin.
You
Oh
ask
my
Genshin
God.
why they modeled their characters after my final.
That's
I've seen other
right.
VTubers make posts about being
It's like that fucking Honkai Star Rail character. Whenever that Fox character, Pink Fox character came out, I got like over 100 messages, people telling me, you are in Honkai Star Rail. They are releasing you in Honkai Star Rail. I'm like, what? And then I look at it, and it's like a character that really resembles me. Just no white on it. And then after like a month or two after that character came out, after a month or something, that character came out, people are now some randoms are now saying your VTuber model look like this guy. Bitch, he look like me.
compared to Nina Kasaka, and I wouldn't be surprised if some demon VTubers out there got compared to Iron Mouse. TLDR, whether it's coincidence or totally some inspiration, I'm not in the territory to care or even worse harass people over it. And it's gotten bad to the point that VTubers have had to ban other VTubers' names just to stop it from happening.
Yeah.
But what are those allegations
People
go
do that
anywhere
also because some VTubers have like communities that chat helps a lot.
or not, they don't really have any big community shaking effects. The drama fizzles out as it's from nobodies and people move on.
Shut up,
Unless these
babe.
comparisons
Shut up.
get the attention of
Shut
bigger
the
content
fuck up.
creators. In 2022, indie VTuber Shylily would make a brand model debut that blew her up in popularity. Something noticed about Shylily though was her voice.
What's your accent? I'm German.
She had a high German accent,
Uh-huh.
a bit different from the stereotypical Arnold Schwarzenegger accent. The voice and accent would lead a lot of viewers to compare her to
Where do
then
you think that... I don't have to say a word. Thank you, Taledo. Where do you think her voice sounding like that as a German accent came from? There it is. The peak. My fucking... Oh my God. That's the peak. Peak VTuber voice. The legend herself, Vey. Or Veybe.
shoujo VTuber Vey, known for her British Polish accent.
Please don't clip it, please.
After incessant comments, replies, and comparisons on her stream, Vey would make a response about Shylily
Now they
that would
gatekeep accent. It was not about accents. Vey is not German. She is English with Polish descent. But she's the way she talks. It's a way of the way you're talking is the problem is that y'all are hearing. The problem is that you're not hearing the way it started. You know, like whenever you hear the way it started and then you see the change of something being so much more similar to someone else, that's when you realize it. But whenever you start hearing it as it is, dude, I sound too fucking crazy right now. What I'm trying to say is that if you don't hear the change, you will not realize it. Because then you're thinking now people are nitpicking. You know what I mean? It's about the way they're saying, they're going, you know what? They're saying in a different way. Connect the dots, Daddy. I'm going to shut up.
spark
I
controversy.
have stopped this video over 50 times. I'm reacting too hard.
Dude, quite clueless. You're fucking quite clueless. Please don't talk about that. It's creepy to me and I don't like it and I hate it actually because when you compare stuff from 4 months ago, that person did not sound like me. So now that they do
you get it? It's the way you're saying it. It's not the accent. It's not about an accent. She's English. It's the way she's saying it. She's saying in a subtle, like soothing voice way. They didn't talk like that. Soft spoken. They didn't talk like this before. And then suddenly they are doing it's trying to sound exactly like them. You know, it's whenever you see the transition, you realize it. But whenever you have probably heard only Shylily talking soft spoken. And I'm not saying any shit on Shylily. Listen, I fucking love Shylily. she is a beacon of inspiration in so many ways. She's a talented as well. But I'm just saying that every single VTuber have probably taken inspiration somewhere. And some might have copied the entire thing and turned it into their brand. And that just happens. It just happens.
It's weird, so we don't talk
Are we doing
about it.
VTuber accents now? Yeah.
My doppelgang channel? Bro, at that
and that's what people called her. They called her a doppelgang channel. This is facts. People looked at this small new streamer, this small new content creator constantly. So like they weren't really small either, but like suddenly did a change that are reminiscent of this one instead. It's turning into pure copying.
I'm at a point where it's like, you want to settle
But huge,
for less?
it was massive.
Or you got the OG.
Shylily would of course hear of this response and ultimately wish to keep drama at a low.
Just tsundere, ignore it. Yeah, just ignore it. No drama, only love, exactly. Don't need drama. You'd sound like Wade, dude. We don't even sound alike.
But people had opinions, of course. This would end up creating widespread criticism against Vey while raising Shylily up in popularity even more. Some viewers understood why Vey would be peeved about the constant comments about the subject, as that definitely fucks with your mental, but putting down Shylily was not the way of dealing with it. Others were happy to uplift Shylily and saw it as a promotion of shorts.
It is a promotion. It is like controversy gets more people to look at you. Controversy, good. Depending on what controversy, as long as it's not controversy that hurts sponsors. If you do create controversy that has nothing to do with damaging ad revenue or sponsors, controversy W. Bad controversy is doing something that will hurt sponsors. That is actually the fact of it, because people will start watching. Remember I talked about this Christian VTuber that was like constantly following kids in Roblox and trying to harass queer kids about being gay and talking about God? She went from like, I think she went from like 12 viewers and 100 followers to like 800 followers and having like 30 to 40 average something viewers now because controversy. That's the case. This is what controversy do.
Drama is old as shit. Both of them are on good terms now, and I'm like 90% certain that things got handled privately. So again, no drama, frogs. Don't attack or be rude. It ain't that deep. So
don't be attack and be rude against anybody. Who gives a shit? Like you as a viewer are not the beacon of a lot. You're not meant to be there to fight for your content creator. You can support your content creator, but you're not meant to attack or harass anybody.
Similar, but looks similar. Wow. Lily, a newly debuted indie VTuber, would reveal her model on Twitter and had many people compare her to Powder, a known indie VTuber, due to color scheme, species,
we love Powder.
white hair,
I love Powder.
purple horn, stuff
great.
like that. Powder's subtweet being aware of the lookalike for a while now would also bring more eyes to the story. She would
I think Powder handled this situation a bit poorly. She acted on too much emotions in this situation.
Post DMs from viewers mentioning the alleged lookalike to her.
Aww.
This has a hello-winded situation I'll try to quickly summarize for how both sides feel. Lily defended herself with her side. She was well aware of Powder during the design process, but had her own inspirations during redesigning, ultimately deciding, hey, I'ma do my own thing. Combos with her, Powder, and the artist happened, but despite Lily explaining her deep personal reason for choices, Powder ultimately didn't believe her, which felt crushing for Lily. Later, when Powder was asked if there was anything about the work in progress that concerned her, she would cut combos. She's well aware of the designs being similar with color palette and lore name, but see both her and Powder as different personalities and wishes to continue what she loves, which is streaming. Powder would push out her side.
I feel bad for VTubers now. Why do you feel bad for VTubers?
Involved in a situation with her own pointers. After deliberation and worries about looking like the lookalike, she ultimately decided she was not comfortable with branding similarities, and I even asked around it from both sides. But the subject of changes didn't exactly go her way. Too many things overlap behind the scene for Powder to be comfortable, and to her, them going forward without changing made her feel personally disregarded. Feeling powerless and stressed from the situation, she spoke with her designer and ultimately cut conversations for her sanity. There's a bit more, but TLDR, private convos resulted in no solution, shit went public,
And everybody's wildin' now.
There were two different points I saw. On one hand, several VTubers see their designs as expressions of themselves and are protective of it. Then why go
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I will say that for me, that's for sure. Yes, yes, yes. I spent a goddamn long fucking time to make my own, like, image as a VTuber that is perfect for me. And it's reflecting as much as I can of me, of my interests, or what I would love. So, of course, it becomes personal. And I bet that goes for Powder. It goes for Shylily. It goes for Vay. It goes for anybody. It becomes personal because they put a lot of time and thought and love into it.
Go with the design that'll get you constantly compared to someone else. I'd personally avoid that. On the other hand, no one can claim a color scheme or species. Yuri doesn't own blue sea creatures or hoodies. Yanners didn't originate pink cat girls. I can't copyright Black Fallen Angels or my cat break jokes I use in every single video. At the end of the day, you just keep creating and let them deal with it. I couldn't care less to really pick a side, but when it comes to similarities, God, thank you for making me black. I automatically stand out in this space by merely existing. So that's how it should have ended, right? Oh yeah, I conveniently ignored what happened with the other Powder responses. Okay, I will always say that feelings and emotions are valid, but what actions one does will get them judged by the mass regardless of them. Because to the audience, it ain't about you, it's about your message. It's what you do with those feelings. And I do get Powder's frustration here, but
How does this turn into this?
I think I get her frustration 100%, and has every right to be frustrated. But I just think that publicly, this is a response of pure feelings being lashed out. It's not the thing you should do as a CC, but I completely understand it. And the people trying to push that down and not understand like what she's doing and saying she's doing wrong, you're just being an asshole. You're not trying to even in any sort of way try to have any empathy toward Powder. You just want to make her feel down. Like, that's how I see it, because that's how our comments, people have lost online people have lost empathy. They cannot really feel or understand how somebody is in a situation at all.
some other
Hi,
tweets
Awaken.
were
Hope you're doing
made.
good, brother.
Bitterness into bitterness into bitter replies into comments that her PR into another meme. Oh my god, stop talking! Please, shut up!
Please!
I feel bad for Powder though, because I feel like Powder gets a lot of there's a lot of stuff going on with her online, and I do wish she could put down like the online stuff away and ignore it, but because she gets like a lot of, there's always weird people trying to target her. I really feel bad for her. Pepsi Max. I don't remember last time I had a Pepsi Max. It must have been like when I was like 12 years old or something. That shit tasted not good for me.
It became a hella yikes situation. People got very
really
mad
like
at her,
Pepsi.
and we're going to move on.
Or
Similar to the
Diet
Vay and Shylily
Coke.
thing, both move on. Support whoever, don't be rude or weird to either. We talked a bit about Shylily earlier. The Orca Cat Mix indie VTuber has a uniquely soft German accent, also loves saying the phrase womp womp.
Womp womp.
She
I love that Womp Womp has turned into a thing on TikTok now, where like it used to be like this cute thing Shylily says, and now it's been turned into like it's turned into cry, keep crying, bitch kind of thing. Yeah, boo-hoo. Yeah.
grew into a hit icon in the scene. Hell, I made a video about it a while ago. So look at her, and now look at this.
Copy my whole flow!
And it lasted
I'm
over
out of
6
coffee.
months. An indie VTuber by the name of SmolLola would appear in late 2023. She would make shorts and clips when on November 23rd, certain comments would appear comparing her likeness to Shylily. Her archetype, design, phrases, and most notably, swim outfit. SmolLola would adamantly defend herself against the quote, drama Shylily fans had.
Why can people not be honest? Like, yeah, I stole all the design of Shylily. I think people should be more based. Just be honest, man. Just say it straight up. Like, this is the thing I hate about CCs. I wish people could just be direct. Like, I want to get, like, if any CC listen to me, if I do anything wrong and you dislike it, you tell me straight away. If you don't want something, if something is wrong, you just tell me straight away. Like, people gotta be more honest.
Fortunately brought to her. Push back on this later. Although you could definitely see similarities, it's not enough to dictate copying or plagiarism, so most people believe SmolLola, gave her support from hate, and moved on. But when this first happened, two things stuck out to me. The names, Shylily, SmolLola. But you know, it wasn't my business. On December 5th, she announced getting a 2.0 to avoid the Shylily allegations, and I thought,
Oh yeah, she...
hey, with the new designs, I hope shit gets better for her. Then the copying drama came up again in January.
Again.
Damn.
A weird account by the name of Emi Sakura V2 made a tweet calling out how SmolLola's work-in-progress model seemed like straight-up copying Shylily's. This model having been leaked after SmolLola showed it on her then private stream. I say weird because this account, along with two other accounts that made negative posts against SmolLola, don't even feel like real people.
I think this was a made-up controversy and that she hit the line. I think she tried a lot to create controversy. She did what she wanted to do. This is the opposite what you would assume of actual controversy. This is fake controversy. That worked. She tried to get something to happen, and she did. Even I covered this. But the more you look at it, it looked to me that this was something she was trying to bait to get eyes on her.
All appeared in late September 2023, all based off cheap pre-made Etsy models, all have weird ChatGPT-like bios and introductions, and then all hella inactive until January 15th to call out the small VTuber.
Who are you people?
Yeah.
Similar to last time, people sided in the defended her, she got some followers out of it, and then I actually saw the leaked design.
Accounts that are stealing my content and posting it in a fake duet format.
And then, this drama came up again in June. 3 times over 6 months. You can guess I'm getting tired of it. But this time, the script completely changed. When the same instance happens so often with one specific person, people begin to question, how does this one person end up in the same thing so often? Once, it's a chance. Twice, it's a coincidence. Third time it happens,
What is that?
it gotta be on you. So people notice things they previously missed from before. Way too many similarities. The design, the tail, the ears, the outfit, the fish in the mouth, the glow-in-the-dark visual effect, the names, logos, VTuber hybrid archetype, and especially the silhouettes, because tell me at first glance you tell these two apart.
They're the same picture.
Someone even recolored the model to look like Shylily. And then another thought appeared. Didn't she say at first nothing was similar or inspired by Lily? That she'd change her design in the 2.0 to be less like her? How are we still here? This time she did admit there were similarities in designs, but loved her design regardless. However, saying hers is a direct ripoff of Shylily's is false and frankly rude.
Bro, this is fucking stupid. Like, come on.
But why would you make these design choices if you wanted to move away from the comparisons? People started to switch sides, and then allegations came out about her voice. Some people believe SmolLola faked her voice in the present to sound more like Shylily, whose German accent is actually pretty
You know what we should check out? We should check out how well she's doing now.
damn uncommon.
You guys are stuck. I can't get you guys to move.
Bro,
I heard
breathe.
you like VTubers, and if you haven't noticed yet,
I forgot how bad this was. Bro, listen to this.
You guys to move.
I heard you like VTubers, and if you haven't noticed yet, I haven't Filian.
I kind of hear a soft accent in the original, so I can believe that's her real voice. The constant other stuff didn't help her case though. The internet saw the overabundance of similarities, the acts of imitation, the sheer amount of coping, and the inconsistency of statements and potential lies, and it became a fucking shitstorm. Memes upon memes and public callouts about copying and plagiarism. Even her OG artist came in like, yeah, there's a good chance he wants to be Shylily. Some artists made free designs to maybe help her out. She was even interviewed by VTuber Alara to give her side, and somehow the interview made her look worse. But there was one thought in my head. I was aware of this dilemma from the beginning, but majority of the time I was wondering how Shylily felt experiencing all this. Because imagine you, Lily. Over 6 months, you wake up seeing everyone wilding and now your name getting thrown around. And eventually, Shylily made a response to the months-long drama.
I'ma just say it the way it is. I have nothing to say. Leave me be. I'm at a size where no matter what I say, it's wrong. If I express any amount of uncomfortableness, for the lack of a better word, I'm the big bad wolf. If I pretend like it's not a big deal,
That is true.
and don't care. I set a new standard that is encouraging people to do the same, and it's kind of disrespecting a lot of artists because it's basically like, you know what? Fuck all the work, skill, and effort artists put out there. Just fucking steal it. Who gives a shit? It'd be nice if people stop putting words in my mouth. I'm staying out of it for reasons, and I know my chat is not involved in it either. So if people could stop pretending like I've made any public opinions about whatever, or that my chat is doing anything to whomever, both of those are untrue. And I can prove it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm tired of that stuff being brought up. I don't like drama. Everyone who respects me knows that. So, yeah.
People consider this one of the best responses to a drama like this. And I definitely agree with the point.
I think it is, because the thing is that whatever she says, somebody will turn that into something bad. She cannot feel anything about this, any emotion, any negative emotion, or express anything at all without somebody turning it to something bad. And this is the issue with content creation. Like, bro, people have made up their mind and they will try to tear down any big content creator regardless. They're hate watchers, there's this and that. You have Twitter existing. People will turn any, as long as you give them fuel, they will use it. And this was the most based reaction ever. Just saying stealing is fucking cringe. That's it. Not talking anymore about it. Peace out.
Around Shylily fans, because Shylily fans spreading hate and sparking drama? Do you know Shylily fans? They are way more concerned with looking up porn of their Oshi than spreading hate around her. But where did that leave SmolLola? SmolLola would make a final response, ultimately stating she could have handled a lot of things more maturely. By her words, she never intended to hurt people or start drama, but she emphasized that she was not a victim. Hate sucks and she wanted to vent, but she could have avoided this situation. She further states that her voice is not fake, as she previously spoke with low energy. She didn't expect a bunch of artists to give free designs when she asked for advice, and it was never her intent to engagement bait or drama farm. However, on the topic of plagiarism, she admits she took too much inspiration and apologizes to Shylily and her other artists, stating she has plans for a new redesign. She first thought of graduating and leaving, then decided she would then go on an indefinite hiatus.
Boy, I just need this name, like Lola Fin VTuber. Did she delete her I cannot find her. I think she deleted her Twitter account.
And now she's back on Twitter under a new Abby and her account locked, and I'll respect that privacy. I see SmolLola's case like countless inspiring content creators out there. They want to do what works and look up to the top performers, but end up imitating aspects of them too much, getting lost in the sauce and proper inconsistency, where whether they believe
now. Did it work? Yes. Yes, it did work. From nothing to something. Isn't that sad? Look at this. One stream, 866 followers in 1 hour and 30 minutes. August 1st. This is after like this whole stuff is going on. One stream, 111 year, 111. This looks kind of, this looks botted. I'm not gonna be lied. This looks botted. I don't know why. This is crazy. That's crazy actually. Wait, this is botted. Oh, never mind. Wait, she did get botted. Oh, okay, never mind. That's interesting. All right, maybe that's raids. I don't know. Like this looks like. No, that cannot be a raid. Interesting.
so or not, the mass will see them as the copycat. Ultimately, come to your own conclusion, but don't be bullying or harassing. That shit's
She gave up, I guess.
A VTuber by the name of Umekaitu popped into the scene.
Oh, are y'all excited?
Showing off his model and announcing his debut for the summer of 2024. It looks kind of clean, right? But what if I told you this VTuber design was never his own?
No way!
Is in trouble.
A VTuber by the name of MeepSheepVT made a call-out post showing that his VTuber.
So I will ask you as a viewer, does this look like, whenever you see this, does this look like fan art? right? So this guy, this is fan art of the SmolLola, right? You see that? Now, the fun fact is that this is not fan art. This is the original piece. And this guy made a VTuber out of original piece of someone else's work that have no affiliation, no association, no commission to this piece at all, and made an entire VTuber model out of it and claimed it as their own. Isn't that crazy?
Directly plagiarized a design by artist Ube-san.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Same hair color, same hairstyle, same scarf, same eyes, same flower assets, even the horns.
I mean, technically, you're me. No. I'm me. You're okay.
Hi, Lady Jane. How you doing? Hope you're doing good.
Plus, with no direct mention or credit to the original person or design, it paints a bad picture. Ube-san, the original artist, would come out and say that Ume asked him to use the original artist. Ube-san said,
No.
but yet after seeing Umekaitu use the design regardless, Ube-san asked to just change the floral and gold decorations. As you see, he didn't. Umekaitu would make a swifty response to the accusation, saying that he, quote, never stated that I did not use the artwork as a reference, interesting double negative, but would rather keep the discussions with the artist, but ultimately wanted no one harassed and taking responsibility. But later, even more would be exposed. Even at the request, he kept using the original artist's design. And after this, other artists came out with their own personal experiences with Ume not being the greatest customer, actively going against terms of service or standards to demand changes to keep it his way. After all that, bro, had to deactivate. But it gets even worse.
Oh, he did deactivate? I didn't know.
You have to factor in that somebody else, an entire separate studio, was the one who created this VTuber model. Do you think they knew about all this?
No.
No.
They had their own experience. They write for transparency and accountability surrounding what was going on, especially behind the scenes. According to them, Ume had claimed the artwork as his OC or original character, and with the artist doing a Google search and finding no results, they didn't really suspect stealing, so they, move forward. But the situation didn't end there. Persistent disrespect and mistreatment that the artist experienced from Ume compelled them to speak out. Here's what they say. Quote, he frequently breached terms of service by insisting on minutely detailed and stringent revisions under the guise of perfectionism. He'd continued to demand overly meticulous adjustments, emphasizing his critical nature toward artistic work. Moreover, his specific request for us to follow exactly the head, hairstyle, and headpiece were clean indications of his intent to base his model on the OG artwork. And when you scroll these DMs and specific messages, I'm like, what? This nigga was obsessed with that design.
Gee, you already know I'm obsessed
That is crazy.
I get he's kind of nice, but
That's because he has no artistic vision at all. So he's trying to blatantly copy a piece of somebody else's work and make it exactly the same thing. He cannot transform it in any sort of way. So he wants to, what he sees needs to be exactly the same thing. That is the issue, because he cannot transform it. He's trying to blatantly copy. That is exactly why. Also, whenever I had my artist work on something, every single extra change I asked for, I paid extra for it. Every single thing. Everything. If you get a revision, if you have a deal to do 1 or 2 revisions, that's fine. But if they keep on asking for revision and revision, you gotta ask for money, man. You gotta really do that. Or anything extra, you gotta ask for money.
Gotta let it go.
I love my
With all
VTuber
this controversy
pop-up.
going on, DG Studio
And the same was my I don't want to leak anything, but I paid double the amount that I was meant to pay from our original agreement with the one doing my rig, because they felt like it was worth more, and there was some kind of weird shit with it, going on when I talked to them. We had an agreement for one price, and it turned into double, and I just paid it and moved on, even though I didn't ask for it at all. I didn't ask for it. But the point B is that regardless of drama or whatever the heck goes on, and what kind of miscommunications or revision requests, I think that you need to keep in mind that these people are working on it and they put a lot of time into it. And at least as a VTuber piece, it is very personal. It's for me, it was very personal. I was very thankful to both of them. I said it multiple times. I expressed it in many ways. And I think that whenever they're putting a lot of time and effort into it, even during these dramas, I will not cause anything more hazard toward it. And I will kind of oblige. That does not mean I will be pushy about things like that. My VTuber Papa, no issues at all. It was just pure plain. It was nice. That was all good. But I know the rig one, there was a lot of there was issues at the end, only at the end when it came to money. And yeah, unfortunately, even if money is a bad concept to talk about, you gotta sometimes at least pay for the work.
Of the model, offer sincere apologies, and would move forward to commit to verifying the origins of all references. A lot of things were being said about this guy. None of them good. And then he faded away from the
And I was fighting the mods in another VTuber stream for not letting me shout out a streamer so I could build up my list. I got mad. Now I know why CC don't like being shouted out, because they don't want to be bullshit happening, like god dang. So I've said this very recently, actually. It's completely disrespectful to mention someone else's, different VTuber or different streamer during another one's stream whenever they are not being talked about. And it's extremely inappropriate and feels extremely uncomfortable if that other streamer's in chat and yapping and everybody's talking about them or making their focus about them. When someone is live, they are doing their own thing, and if they're not talking about somebody else, it makes it feel like you don't care about what's going on, they're doing something wrong. And generally, any type of way of mentioning any other VTuber, streamer, content creator, whenever they are not the main topic from the streamer itself, if they have not invited that conversation or that discussion, it's really disrespectful, and any mod will ban you or remove you. I tend to have a double take on it, but I think it's really uncomfortable and disrespectful, and I remind people that you should not do that, even whenever I'm in stream. And I'm going to share you a moment of me as a streamer myself, as a VTuber that kind of like it got their name a little bit more around, because this has been a very short time span where my name has been a little bit more around. Whenever I go into a stream, I have stopped chatting. I try to chat sometimes, but I've stopped chatting because I don't like when everybody's adding me all the time or trying to talk to me about like my stream in someone else's stream. Like it's not, streamers don't want that. So it makes it awkward for both ends. So never do that. Never mention anybody else ever. Like it's just weird. And you have all of these extra baggage as well, like being compared and etc. But that's another discussion.
A distant memory, never to be seen again. Yeah, plot twist, a document dropped 3 months later. Umekaitu would put out a doc as an apology.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is, Bella.
In October 2023, Ume found Yube's design on Pinterest.
Like a biggest example I'm gonna go back in this video. The biggest example I can give is like, oh, this guy is live now. Like imagine someone is live and someone in chat says, this guy is live now. What does that indicate? That means I am going to leave this stream because I find it boring and I'm going to go watch someone else. Like that is awful. That is live. Let's go in there. Yeah, it's awful.
Away from the internet, a distant memory, never to be seen again.
I've seen that happen a lot. And I think streamers should mention it. And if some people do it, that might remind me after this video to add chat rules so I can remind people of that. Just like, I mean, the point is that it's just disrespectful.
Yeah, plot twist, a document dropped 3 months later. Umekaitu would put out a doc
First place, this is a rule viewers don't, this is a rule. I'm sorry if you're watching this on fucking YouTube and you hate this, I apologize. But like this is a rule that most viewers learn after they've been watching Twitch for a while, or most people learn this whenever they have gotten themselves whenever they have like been informed about it, because this is not something you think this is innocent, you think this is whatever, you don't think really big about it, but it is a really bad thing. So you need to be taught this. This is not something most people think about because nobody understands how a streamer looks of it or how a chat looks of it. Even chat member gets annoyed about it. So, you know, it's not only on the streamer. It's just another thing. This is you, man. Bro, I'm Yap. Why are you putting a Filian email there? This is what I'm talking about, man.
And then he faded away from the internet, a distant memory, never to be seen again. Yeah, plot twist, a document dropped 3 months later. Umekaitu would put out a doc as an apology and explanation. In October 2023, Ume found a Yu-based design on Pinterest, fell in love with it, and wanted something very similar with minor changes when getting into VTubing. However, his ultimate stubbornness and wrong beliefs around owning the design, co-opting hairstyles and accessories, falsely claiming he obtained permission to use the OC as a reference, stressing exact perfection on the look, and incessant changes directed at artists breaking TOS would be his downfall. He states that he never intended to upset the people working on the model, was always willing to pay extra if necessary, but after reading experiences from the artists and people involved, he feels genuinely sorry about his actions. There are other things he mentions, like difficulties with verbal expression, dyslexia, not being a native speaker, deleting his account due to the large hate, attacks, and threats he received, and feeling like a terrible person to the point of attempting on his life. After taking time to rebuild himself and grasp the situation, he will return and take accountability and apologize to everyone, Yubei-san, DJ Studios, the artists, everyone. He also addresses other accusations, a tracing accusation from Wildheart that was confirmed false, and his experiences with Madame Mito and Akira VR, where he admits to requesting several different minor changes. He believed everything was fine and kinda wished they'd tell him DMs if the requests were disrespectful, but he ultimately apologizes for hurting them. And that's the gist. So here's my thing. Remember how I said VTubing cares a lot about artistic principles and beliefs? You know what's a very big artistic principle? Don't plagiarize.
Ooh.
I'll take that. It's mine now.
Yoink.
And that is the clearest case I have ever seen for VTuber plagiarism. There's just not an argument against it. The other behaviors, disrespecting artists, the lies, regardless, you're just gonna have to hold that. But I'm glad he's, alive and doing better. Shit like this is heavy, and no matter one's actions or reputation, no one should feel to go down that route. And as always, harassing and death threats are fucking unnecessary. So, however he does with returning to streaming, best of luck. But that's enough punching down on small niggas. It personally feels a bit better to punch up on those bigger. Speaking of bigger, if you're a VTuber fan, you've definitely heard of the name Filian.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god. This is my sister, everybody. Wait, are you Filian's big brother? Please collab with Filian. Bro. Oh, dude, what the hell? Dude, that's the funniest thing whenever people come up to me and like my small fucking ass like coming up to me like, please collab with Filian. Yeah, you wish. Like, what the hell?
Previously a VR chat streamer turned indie VTuber who blew up in popularity to her YouTube shorts, effectively becoming the 4th most popular VTuber in the world.
Big brother or younger? Apparently big brother. People usually say big brother. I've gotten a lot of comments of that, by the way. Like, Filian is one of the biggest indie VTubers out there. A lot of people, Filian's also community are very like, they like talking about her. They love fucking talking about her all the time. They love mentioning her in everything. This is like Filian. This is that. You look like Filian. So every time somebody's a Filian fan and sees my model, they're like, you look like the big brother of Filian.
Shirts and hoodies, U2s, cups, figurines, and plushies. Even got her VTuber skin featured in the racing game. Hi, this is Filian's manager. If you want to make merch of her for conventions, go for it.
Yeah.
My manager is me. That should put into perspective how big Filian is.
So
let me tell you how big of a revelation it was to hear that she never owned the copyright to her design and model.
No way.
She allegedly never paid money for the model.
She didn't own Rendo?
And one merch event would expose a large tirade of negligence that could have ended far worse for her, because she basically got caught stealing.
I'm actually surprised that this situation didn't go as bad as possible. I thought she was gonna get sued to the wow, dude.
Enter 2 parties. Party 1, Good Smile Company. Good Smile is a Japanese manufacturer company that focuses on hobby products like sets, acrylics, and figures. Most notably though, Nendoroid. And if you remember my VTuber merch video and how I feel about Nendoroid, look at this! She's so adorable! They're pretty damn good. And on July 4th, they would announce a Filian Nendoroid. This was expectedly a huge deal. Uh-oh, Filian states, quote retweeting the post. Before, uh-oh, we never got permission from their original Mardo artist for shit like this. Enter Party 2, Jingo. Jingo is a Japanese VR chat artist that sells pre-made models at an affordable price.
She sells the
a
best
good parallel
models.
being those pre-made models aspiring VTubers may buy from Etsy. They also sell a pay-to-use model of their original character, Rindo, for 7,000 yen. oh, put the two models together and look at that. A toothpick really changes everything. Filian's model isn't even Filian's, but
And also, this isn't even Filian's design, by the way. I do want to say fucking this just real quick. This shit is something you can find on, like, people take Rindo and they change the color of Rindo all the time. This is not even Filian's. This is probably a free model.
rather a recolored version of Jingo's model. An artist on Twitter posted a meme converting Rindo into Filian's current design in just over 3 minutes. And if you want to know how easy it is to make—
It's literally it's not even doing this. What the fuck? You don't even have to do this. You have a slider in Unity and you just switch color.
This 3D design into Filian. It is just that easy. And
It's
there's no world where it's
easy.
enough to claim as your own, or worse, sell merch.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Copyright 2024 Filian.
The lie detective determined that was a lie.
No
Jingo
way.
would have a bit to say regarding this Filian and Good Smile deal. Quote, "This morning I received many messages about the announcement posted by Good Smile Company about the production of a Nendoroid based on a VTuber who used my Rindo model as a base for their avatar. Since I found out when I was still traveling, it took me a while to figure out what was going on. I did not receive any prior communication from Good Smile Company nor the VTuber in question about the production of this Nendoroid figure. From my point of view, the fact that there was an announcement of plans to professionally produce a figure based on my character, even though I have yet to hear about this, is very puzzling. I am currently in the process of communicating with Good Smile Company and the VTuber in question, and am awaiting a response. Since this situation involves companies, not just individual people, it will take a bit of time for everything to be resolved. I hope you all can understand this. Please wait for the outcome." Let's do a bit of digging into why this was a big issue for Filian. First, in Jingo's terms of service, after the purchase of the model, they permit it for personal use and even video and live streaming use. However, when it comes to tangible goods like merch, you gotta contact. As you can tell, shit never happened. Second, Jingo isn't the only party that Filian had this happen to. What about this Mint model that she used early in her career? She even featured it in racing games and plushie merch. Turns out, this was a refurbished model from another Japanese VR chat artist by the name of Kamado. And they heard about the situation in relation to past merch and relate that they never gave Filian permission around those items. And if you thought it couldn't get worse, people found some
Red-handed.
other clips.
Nice
You are
face,
so
if you're doing good,
beautiful.
brother.
I'm so glad that you like this model that I paid $0 for and I'm using for free.
Maybe some kind soul gifted it to her?
What if I took my VR chat model?
No. There are many places where you can get all these models for free. There's also like a software in VR chat that they're trying to push away, but their anti-cheat is so bad that you can go and you can just steal someone's model and get the files for it.
And I started face tracking with it. So what I did was I went and ripped the model from VR chat illegally. I uploaded it into some
Yoink.
software that I downloaded off the internet because I
Yoink.
saw this girl DM video. She recommended this software called Love It. I said, okay,
That was really bad.
So you can imagine—
Bro, she just said it straight up. She didn't. That's the thing with Filian. She is as honest as you can get. She just says it straight up, and you can disagree and hate her, but she says it straight up. She doesn't lie. And think about a world if everybody was just just said it all like that, man. Like, is it dumb? Maybe, but bro, I wish more people had the spine to be honest, man, and be direct.
why this was a fucking business nightmare. Filian had sold thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of merch off models she knew
Big.
were someone else's, and she went against TOS and never reached out about this. All of this plus the ripping of shit that's just seen as disrespecting artists. Second, copyright infringement. That is a crime, especially in commercial merchandising situations. We are now in legal territory.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, this is why I thought Filian was done for it.
You understand how seriously the Japanese takes copyright law.
Yeah.
You think it's so f***ing game?
You avoid that altogether.
Yeah.
Good Smile saw the giant controversy
They did.
underway and deleted the announcement
Nice.
right afterwards. Indeed, my nigga. This is a bad situation. Some of y'all may know of the VTuber Neurosama, Vidal987's AI VTuber.
And I think I'm glad he mentioning this because Neuro did a rebranding that is good. It's an inspiration of the original craft, and they did a rebrand that is their own. This was the way Filian should have done it.
VTuber that blew up in 2023 due to its prompts creating wacky and engaging responses with the stream. At first, Nurasama's model was Momose Hiyori, a default model in VTube Studio, but once business became a foresight, Vidal commissioned VTuber Annie for a transformative redesign. This helped breathe new light in Nurasama and gave her her own base avatar while effectively avoiding potential legal liabilities regarding commercial and merchandising operations. But that's the go-to path, and for the fourth biggest VTuber in the world to let a massive screw-up like this happen is just not good. Like, as a brand, there's no excuse you can make for this. You gotta commission your own shit at this point, and you've had years to work this dilemma out. As a result, thousands upon thousands has been gained off of something you don't own. Did Jingo know about the other merch items before this? Her clips claiming she ripped the model? It gets very bad. Filian would make a short response about the situation on her stream.
So real quick, chat. Want to say real quick. So I've been talking to the artist behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys saw her tweet like yesterday, but we're gonna get on proceeding in a way that like protects her rights and it's compliant with the EUA, the EUA. So I'll let you know when there's an update. But with that being said, chat.
And Ringo, after all private conversations, would have their final say on supposedly proceeding. With Jingo's rights, they permit anyone using the model for anything, including indie VTuber activities. However, just because they purchase a booth model doesn't mean they own it. You're effectively renting it. Moreover, any usage of her model in a highly profitable or commercial sense, like production of goods, requires notification in advance, and if one isn't an indie VTuber or from an agency, they have to reach out about the model's usage. Most notably, quote, the part of this that I took issue with was that even though the VTuber did not own the copyright to the character, they proceeded with the project and formed a contract with the company without notifying the original creator of the character in question. As follows, I have requested that the production schedule for this character merchandising product be stopped altogether. I am not after any royalties or other financial incentives.
Ooh, she should have gone for royalties, man. Like, that's easy money.
I simply wish to protect the copyright of my characters. To allow this, such as through the sale of copyright licenses, would mean that every character derived from my model would have its own copyright, and as a result, those who use the same models as bases may become in some fucking copyright disputes. They end off reiterating that their booth models are for everyone, not just one person, and as long as the design is not completely one's own, no matter how many changes they make to it, the copyright is non-negotiable because traces of the original author will still remain. So given the entire situation, that's why I said at the beginning shit could have gone a lot worse for Filian, because there's now money involved. Afterwards, the Filian Good Smile project was effectively suspended. Filian Co., her merch website that she had announced in the past, is completely empty now, with further merch plans being unknown. Remember that manager tweet she made? Yeah, that's gone too. And I can't really find any further statements or apologies regarding the matter. She just kinda moved on. So was this an honest mistake or gross negligence? Come to your own conclusion.
Pure incompetence. Pure I don't give a fuck. That she did not give a shit.
But regardless, that shit's on her. Plus, there's that other artist, I didn't see a further response from them. Of course, don't harass, attack, or be dicks to anybody here. But another question, will Filian be getting a new model? If she wants to do merch again, she has to. But hey, if you can joke about breaking that much VR equipment, you definitely got the money to get your own model and not be ripping shit. Before we end the video and all this drama, let's have a moment. Have you ever heard this phrase before when it comes to art? Nothing is original anymore. Let me explain. Due to human history dating back for a damn long time, unless it's a completely new invention, someone somewhere on this planet we call Earth has sparked a product, service, or idea, because everything is built on pre-existing resources from before. Therefore, nothing is original. But as American writer Austin Kleon explains, all creative work builds on what came before. Every new idea is just a remix of two previous ideas. Hell, he even made a book titled How to Steal Like an Artist, because that's what artists do. They take things but emulate it in their own personal style. What makes something original is by making your own new and curious combinations. Let's make it very clear. The VTubing industry is oversaturated as all hell. There are hundreds of talented creators who may have a similar attribute to someone who came before or is more popular. And I'm not really a fan of no names putting down others' creative work for simply being a similar identity, coincidence, or having inspiration. But there's a clear difference between inspiration and straight up stealing shit. I may say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but sometimes it's the sincerest way of getting caught in 4K.
How did they get you in 4K?
Because that's on you. Ultimately, if you want to become a creator at all, don't let any of this discourage you. Take the knowledge from before in stride, learn from references, and be the best creator you can be. Just have a bit of authenticity. But hey, I seem to really love copying my Oshi Kori X Kenshin.
What the hell are you talking about?
making a video, and then disappearing for months.
Copy my whole flow.
Yeah, I think that ended on a good note. I mean, that's the fact. That's what I said at the start. Like, that's what I said at the start, man. In the end of the day, everybody takes inspiration, everybody taking their own spin on things, and that's fine. And you gotta do that. You gotta do that because you gotta follow the trail that works, even as a content creator. And it's important to do that. Don't feel discouraged that you do another idea someone else's do with your own spin. Don't get discouraged about your art form being transformed, look alike something else. Like, it is what it is, but just don't purely trace and copy exactly the same thing. Do your own damn thing. I think the problem was also both on the ends as well, because it's a better solution to give full permission if you sell online assets. I know a lot of people sell pre-made assets. They just give full permission for much more expensive deals. I think you should just start taking royalties. That's it. Like, I think that if it becomes a business for streamers to sell your image, you can either do the Genshin route where anybody can make merch, or you can start taking royalties. And I think as an independent creator, I think they should just hire an organization and like make them like take a little bit of those royalties whenever they figure these things out, and just like generally generate money to keep it up. That's pretty much it. But regardless, tell me down below what you think about this. We've been yapping for a while because we turned this 30-minute video into 1 hour and 10-minute react. Am I proud? I think I couldn't go harder. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoy this little yap. If you like this video, make sure to click the like button, sub to the channel if you want to watch more, and come by my Twitch channel on twitch.tv/Shylily if you want to yap with us live and join us live for all the stuff going on. I'll see you guys around. Take care, have fun, and peace.